evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate calls on avoiding military escalation and focusing on political track led by the United Nations to find a political settlement for the Yemeni crisis. The Sultanate, in coordination with regional and international maritime security centers, participates in rescue and search operations of the two oil tankers accident. And Tehran rejects the U.S. accusations of the suspected oil tankers incident in the Sea of Oman. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. An official source at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that the Sultanate is following up with great concern the military escalation and field situation in Yemen and the latest attack on Abha airport in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Sultanate urges to avoid the escalation, which will have an impact on security and stability in the region. The Sultanate hopes that the focus should be during the next stage on political track led by the United Nations to find a political settlement for the Yemeni crisis and to safeguard the security and interest of neighboring countries. In the framework of following up the two oil tankers incident which took place yesterday, the Maritime Security Center in the Sultanate stated that one of them carried the flag of Panama and the other one of Marshall Islands. The incident happened outside the Omani territorial waters. The first one was at 82 nautical miles away and the second one at 66.8 nautical miles away. The Maritime Security Center responded to the call for help from both vessels, and in coordination with regional and international maritime centers, the Sultanate sent two rescue vessels belonging to Royal Navy of Oman for help in search and rescue, in addition to a scouting aircraft from Royal Air Force of Oman. The Norwegian owner of an oil tanker that caught fire after a suspected attack in the Sea of Oman said the blaze has been extinguished. Frontline says the fire was put out on the front altair and didn't cause any pollution. The company added that its 23 crew members are still in Iran at Bandar Abbas, though they will be repatriated soon. Regional tensions escalated over the suspected tanker attacks on Thursday near the strategic Strait of Hormuz, which the U.S. blamed on Iran, but Tehran rejected the U.S. accusations. A salvage company said the situation of the front altair, which was carrying a petroleum product known as naphtha, is still worrisome. But the Kukuka Courageous, carrying methanol, is in a stable condition and being towed to a port in the Gulf region. The Japanese ship operator said sailors on board the Kukuka Courageous saw flying objects just before the attack, suggesting the tanker wasn't damaged by mines. That account contradicts what the U.S. military has said. Turkey's foreign minister said that his country will retaliate against any possible U.S. sanctions over its deal with Russia for the purchase of the S-400 missile defense system. Defending Ankara's purchase, Mevlut Cavusoglu told state-run Anadolu agency today that Turkey can choose its defense equipment as an independent and free country. The deal with Russia has soured relations between the two NATO allies. The United States says that the S-400s are a threat to its F-35 fighter jet program and has told Turkey it would be excluded from that program. It also warned Turkey of possible sanctions if it takes delivery of the Russian system. Cavusoglu said Turkey has counter steps to take should the U.S. impose sanctions. A cyclone in the Arabian Sea battered an Indian fishing hub with heavy wind, waves, and rain yesterday, and was forecast to bring dangerous weather conditions even if it veered away from the subcontinent's western coast. The India Meteorological Department said Cyclone Vayo, named after the Hindi word for wind and the season's second major storm, was moving parallel to the coast of the western state of Gujarat, unlikely to hit its head on the previously forecast, but instead turn toward the center of the sea. In anticipation of the storm, rescue workers evacuated nearly 300,000 people, taking a cue from Cyclone Fani, which came ashore on India's eastern coast in May, killing 34 people in India and 15 in neighboring Bangladesh. With the worst averted, rescue workers, including 50 teams from the National Disaster Relief Force and around 1,000 Indian Navy and Army personnel, were searching for any villagers who remained in coastal areas to urge them to relocate to school buildings and other designated evacuation sites. As many as 61 people have been killed and 356,000 evacuated from their homes as heavy rain and floods swept through large parts of southern and central China this week. China's Ministry of Emergency Management said 9,300 homes have collapsed and 3.71 million acres of farmland damaged during the floods, with direct economic losses now estimated at $1.93 billion. It said more than 4,300 people have been rescued from floodwaters, which have affected regions stretching from Guangdong province in the southeast to southeast China's Chongqing on the upper reaches of Yangtze River. Still to come on News Bulletin. The Ministry of Sports Affairs launches Sports Summer Program in the Governorate of Zahira. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Enhancing diplomatic, economic, and cultural relations between the Sultanate and Romania was discussed by His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Secretary General of the Foreign Ministry in Bucharest, with His Excellency Teodor Mulișcanu, Romanian Foreign Minister. The two sides called the private sector to benefit from the positive existing political and friendship relations to develop the level of commercial and investment exchange and strengthen economic partnership in various sectors related to mutual interest. They also stressed their support for policies and endeavor aiming at establishing the pillars of security and harmony through dialogue, understanding, and political solutions. A ceremony was held by Oman Tourism Development Company Umran for the inauguration of W Hotel Muscat. The event was presided over by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail Al Blushi, Minister responsible for financial affairs. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan Al Rahbi.
Oman Tourism Development Company Umran celebrated the official inauguration of W Hotel Muscat, which is located in Shat Al Qurum, to cater to the growing number of tourists in the country.
W is the epitome of lifestyle. It is fundamentally experience, so our guests will be coming to Oman looking forward for a lifestyle experience to connect with the amazing culture and the people of Oman. We are delighted with the opening of the W in Muscat, which brings the total number of hotels under Marriott International in the Sultanate to 3, and we have 3 more under construction. And we are very excited about the future of tourism to the Sultanate.
W Hotel Muscat includes 279 five-star rooms, each boasting sea views and finished with design references to the diverse beauty of Oman and its heritage.
This is our newest hotel opening that we're very proud of. It's in a great location on the beach, a very traditional area, also next to the Royal Opera House. So it meant that the design of this project had to be similar to the Opera House in terms of quality, standards and international interest. So we've made this what we can say is our best hotel in terms of design and finishes. But certainly the luxury that we will provide here is repeated in our other hotels in our portfolio as well.
This project reflects Omran's strategic role to create sustainable tourism assets, lifestyle communities and destinations that play a major role in the national economic diversification agenda. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh Bukhalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The Ministry of Sports Affairs launched in the Governorate of Dhahira Sports Summer Program for 2019, which will continue till the 22nd of August in all the wilayas of the Sultanate. The program includes several youth activities in cultural, arts, communal, health, scientific and environmental fields. The ministry aims through this program to achieve a number of objectives, including utilizing the free time of youth and school students in a way that benefit them and give them the opportunity to practice their hobbies and develop their skills and capabilities in sports, artistic and cultural fields. In the Governorate of Buraymi, the Directorate of Sports Affairs in the Governorate launched Shababi Youth Program for 2019 in its 8th edition. The program will be organized at Buraymi Sports Complex and will continue till the 31st of August 2019. The launching ceremony witnessed a number of activities and competitions such as the Al-Azi Art Football and Swimming Competition for males and other activities and competitions for women and children. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the coast of the Arabian Sea and the Sea of Oman. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate calls on avoiding military escalation and focusing on political track led by the United Nations to find a political settlement for the Yemeni crisis. The Sultanate, in coordination with regional and international maritime security centers, participates in rescue and search operations of the two oil tankers incident. And Tehran rejects the U.S. accusations of the suspected oil tankers incident in the Sea of Oman. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and good night.